Hey everybody and welcome. Today what we're going to do is my wife says in her car one of the front speakers, the front passenger speakers, has a rattling sound. I was able to verify that, and it sounds like the speaker may be blown out. We've got a 2016 Fusion Model S, just kind of the base model here. So nothing super special with the vehicle. When I kind of did a little bit of research, I realized, of course, the car speakers, there's so many different options there, but I wanted to keep it kind of as simple as possible and do the job myself. I went on the Crutchfield website because they have a great website that allows you to kind of easily find different model speakers that will fit with your vehicle, and they did have one available that was a direct fit, meaning there's no additional modifications are required to install the speaker. And I thought I would go with this one because I didn't want to spend time fabricating and doing lots of kind of work. I just wanted it to be really easy. Now, there may be other people that are like, hey, it's not that hard. I totally get it. This was just the simplest way I could figure out how to do this. The speakers I got here are these, and I will cut away to it. They're the PowerBass speakers, so they're direct replacement. This model works in specific Fords. Number one, many of them, they run about $100 for the pair, so not too bad. You can get them from other places as well, but Crutchfield seemed to have a pretty competitive price, so I got them from there. Crutchfield also, of course, includes some really easy to follow instructions. So step by step, when you buy a product from them, they'll give you kind of all the instructions. So these front speakers actually have to be pulled out of the front door panel, so we got to remove the door panel to make that happen. I'm going to do that. Hopefully it doesn't look too hard, just a few steps to follow here. We do need to have a couple tools though. You'll need a 10 millimeter, a 7 millimeter, and a 5 millimeter nut driver. So pretty standard kind of stuff. And they also recommend you getting a trim panel pry tool. So those aren't necessarily required, but if you don't want to scratch up your plastic, they're a good idea to generally have. So let's hopefully this won't be too bad. Let's get started. Let's try it out and start installing the PowerBass speakers in the 2016 Fusion S. Yeah, just like that. We'll go here, pop that out, click, click, click. There we go. All removed. Pretty easy. And broke the two tabs. Ha. Okay, so now we got to get in there with our 10 millimeter nut driver. All right, so now we get on 10 millimeter and back that up. Could probably use the power driver too, especially in backing these out. In fact, let's do that, make it faster. All right, awesome. And we'll pull that out of there. Save that because we're gonna need it. So for the next step here, there's two 7 millimeter nuts in the bottom of the panel. One here and one over here. There you go. So we're gonna go ahead and remove those next. And there we go, screw number 2. Set it up for later. Next step. So the next step says to pry out the power option switch panel. So this is since the passenger side was the one that was reported with the blown speaker, I figured I'd start here. I do have a pair, we'll do that one next. But from what I can tell, what you have to do here to do that is get this pry tool in a corner here, kind of dug up back here, and then this should pop off, revealing the next two set of screws to remove. So we'll go ahead and try that out. There we go. Got 1, 2, and now pop. There should be releasing clips in here I want to be able to hit. Make sure to get those so this goes back in nice. There we go. I see one clip right here. There's a clip in right there. We'll get that clip released. Come on, baby. There we go. Heard that clip up. Ah, no, lost it. Booger. So just keep going on the edge here. Yeah, there's another one right there. Good deal. And just keep going. Oh, pop, pop, pop. This isn't too bad. All things considered, got a back one, and now this should pop right open, and now we just have to release this plug. So this little guy right here has probably got some kind of release. Yep. We're just gonna go ahead, use our finger, use our finger and just push down, and that pulls right out there. So just a little tab we push on, pull out, and now this panel is out of the way. So we're gonna take this, throw it over there, save it for later. And of course that reveals these two 5.5 millimeter nuts that we got to go and take out now. One. Right. Dose nut removal here. Comes right out. All right. Next step. Let's read on. Okay, now it says the next step is to pry out the sides and bottom of the door panel, and that there are 6 release clips, then disconnect the wiring harness and the door release cable to remove the door panel entirely. So let's try to get this set up. All right. So let's start the bottom and the sides. Let's try to get in somewhere, find a good spot. Start to hear some of those. Yeah, there you go. Come on. Trying to find where those clips are. Well, there's one. I heard it click or break. Who knows? Come on, maybe. Right off. Some dirt came out of there. That's funny. There's probably another clip up here. Ah, there we go. That looks like I see Mega. Dang, that doesn't want to get out there, kids. Clip. I see ya. Yikes. Not fun. All right, now we got the panel off, and it's just right here. There was definitely lots of cursing that I couldn't include on, but the biggest thing, guys, was in these holes right here, and I think there's 6 locations here. There's another one down here, and there's a couple here. Anyways, what the clips, the hardest thing to get off really are these white clips here. I'll move this down here. So you'll see that these clips here, you really got to get your pry tool under it to pop them out. They really want to hold on pretty tight. So it's 1, 2, where's the other one here? Hopefully I didn't break any. 3, 4. These were the big daddies that just really wanted to hang on there. So, you know, that's going to be your hardest point about taking the door off. Most of these clips for the things like the power locks and the indicator for the locks, pretty easy to take off. With the door handle, you'll actually want to pull the handle out, and that will release the tension and allow this cable to slide out pretty easily. So there you go with that. So let's now move on and look at the speaker itself here. So this is the suspect speakers, passenger side. This is the OEM. We've never changed anything out on here. It's a paper cone. We're going to go ahead and remove these 1, 2, 3. and then also remove the wiring harness. All right, so let's get these nuts out. 1, 2, down here. Oh, sorry. And there should be a third one. Okay, great. And so with the removal of those 3, 1, 2, 3, we'll put that in our screw holder location. This speaker supposedly comes out, but oh, something's holding it. Not sure. Oh, it looks like plastic clip. So we'll get our little pry tool and work it out here. Oh, there we go. Easy as that. One little plastic, and appears to be another one at the bottom. Up. All right, there we go. Not too bad. Little plastic dealies right there that are holding it in. So, yeah, this is just so everybody knows what you pull out of here. This speaker is a Ford 25 watt 4 ohm. You got the model number right there. If you want to see that, you can pause that and take a look at it. So nothing too impressive. Like, as I said, it's very, very, very lightweight. So gonna get the new speakers out. So let's go ahead and pull those out of the box. So this PowerBass, get that out of here. Wow, huge difference. So I mean, you can see. Let's get this unwrapped, and so you can see the difference. Let's get this unwrapped so you can see the difference in size here. So yeah, quite a big upgrade. The magnet on here is considerably larger than the original OEM. This is not paper. It's a nice rubberized, I don't know what the speaker material is, but just by the weight itself, this is a huge upgrade in the Ford. So I'm going to go ahead and now we're going to see what we need to do as far as the wiring goes. Let's take a look here. Looks like there's 2 taps here. So I thought the setup was, oh, look, right down there. There's the wiring harness. So we're going to simply plug in that wire, align up the screw holes, and this should go right in for us. So I'm going to go do that. In there a little bit. Ooh, magnet is so powerful. It just wants to suck right to that door almost immediately. So yeah, here we go. 1, 2. Looks like they all line up pretty darn good. So let me go grab the screws that I conveniently stored over here earlier and try to put those in. All right, here we go. We got screw 1. I'll just get those started a little bit. Screw 2. And screw 3. And then what we'll do is we'll use we'll just use the hand nut driver on there so we don't strip anything out. So backwards, good. We hear the click, and then we can go forward. Like that. So take it, we'll go backwards until we hear it click. These plastic threads are notorious for just stripping out, and then your speaker won't be attached right, and then you get some buzzing and rattling addition. The speaker problem I had was definitely a blown speaker, so it's not that. But we're going to go ahead and suck those down in there. Okay, looks really nice. Looks like it's going to be a really good fit here. Liking it. Okay, so now we've got our clip, and I mean, I think it just kind of slides in here, if I'm not mistaken. Wow, look at that. Very nice. So next we're going to do is do a little sound check on her, make sure she's having sound come out of it and it's not crackly or rattly, because if that's the case, then I got to start over again. It means it wasn't the speaker and I made a bad assumption. Okay, the sound or the speaker sound test was successful. Everything sounded a-okay. So now we're going to go and get this door panel back on. Let's hope we can do that without too much swearing or something like that. It should be relatively straightforward. We just need to plug back in. There was, oh, sorry about that. There's this deal here, which is a door latch release. There's the module for the, I believe, door lock module, And then this module here is for the indicator that the doors are locked. There's a little red LED. So plug everything back up. So first thing we'll do is do the handle, because that would seem to be the most, I shouldn't say painful, but it was just a little bit of a pain in the rear. It goes in like that, and then those Nikes. How are you gonna do that? I think I gotta get that. Gonna have to get this guy below here somehow. Definitely gonna be some swearing on this. Oh, that was easy enough. Got that in there. Door lock, unlock module. Click. And then finally the module for the indicator for the locks. Check. Okay. All that looks pretty, so far pretty easy. Got some alignment pins here. Make sure those all marry up. In fact, I should probably get this. What that was. What's in it? There's some rattling. Never good. Get this on the top first. There we go. Top is set on. Okay. Got some stuffing in there. I think I remember that there before. Got all my clips lined up. Looks pretty good. Gonna put this back into place. Fitment issue with the speaker. We'll have to see. Oof. Good. Okay, let's get this. Put these modules back. I'm not sure. I'm a little concerned about that. There. Woo! Got it back. All right. Click back in. Should be able to go. Oh. So that's interesting. Right in there. Boom, boom, boom. This hand tight, you know, again, these are all plastic threads, so I don't like to go too much. You end up just stripping, so it's snug. Call it snug. Yeah, that's about it. That's about all she needs. Line that up. Get that in there. Hopefully she pulls in a little. Yeah. Feeling good, feeling good. Good contact. Let's do this one. There we go. Good contact, good contact. Good. Yeah, nice and tight. Yeah, nice and tight. All right, so now let's do these bottom two. I can foresee this being an issue. Back it out, make sure it sets. Yeah. I mean, I'd like it to be a little tighter, but I think it's gonna work. It's definitely a tight fit in the speaker door here. I'm not gonna say it's not. I'm probably like to see a little bit of re-engineering. That's why, if it was made for this car, and that's why it was so tight. But it's keyed, pretty easy. Line it up. You hear it click. We already put the screws behind here, so this has some clips on here that should all. I don't think I broke any of them. Nope. These should all just pop into place and push back in. Click, 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 click. Okay. Now that's installed. So now let's just check the operation. Let's do door shut, door unlatches, door shut, locked, Yep, that works fine as expected. Window down, window up. Yep. And when I hit the lock button, yep, I can see the road. You might not be able to see it on there, but I definitely see it. Everything's working as expected. We just have to put this one trim piece back, and we're good to go with one speaker. All right, so now we got the passenger doors all set, the drinker side, if you will. Now we need to go work on the driver's side. So same procedure as before. The panel removal should be a little bit, should be just about the same. So I'm hoping now that I've got one down, that the next one's going to go a little bit quicker. So fingers crossed. Let's do the driver's side door and get that out of there. All right, everything seems to be good. So now we'll move on to the rears, and let's see what happens. All right, so the procedure for the rear doors, and we're going to start with the passenger side now, was pretty much the same. So again, we'll take this cover off from the latch, take that 10 mil out, pop this panel out, two 5.5s, and then there's two 7 mils at the bottom. Just a slightly different location. Of course, you got to take the stuff out first. Zaxby straw, that's cool. You gotta, just in case you need an emergency straw. You can always keep one in the door here. So we'll go ahead and do that. All right, so I think we're done. We got all the 4 speakers finally replaced. Got the door panels back on. There was a tiny break on one of the release parts, but when I put it back all in the door and checked the operation over and over again, didn't seem to affect anything. So let's try this out. Let's try to let's see what it sounds like. So we're gonna go ahead, turn on the car, and here, I'll turn you around so you can see what I'm doing here. So I need to see if it's just radio reception. Sounds a little staticky, not on all those stations, but it does sound much better. I really think these speakers made a big difference. So happy about this. I'm gonna grab the wife, let her check it out, and I'm sure she'll be happy. She's always very grateful of everything. So thank you very much for following this journey with me. The wife just came out, and I've got great news. She said it sounds better now than it did when the car was brand new. So she definitely thinks that it's an improvement over the OEM. Doesn't have the problem with the passenger side front speaker anymore, and she's like, wow, sounds so much better than it did even brand new. So awesome. So thanks for riding along with me today on this journey. Hope you join me next time.